If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out, whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant. Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at ResortLoop.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, welcome to ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Bob Collar. We have not heard from Tim Scott, still on his Disney cruise. I'm hoping it was a Disney cruise and not a Norwegian cruise. And he's been airlifted off of the ship. Did you guys see that story? My goodness gracious. Hope everybody's okay on that. Hope Tim wasn't on that one. We're still waiting to hear from him, though. Not sure what he's doing. Anyway, you're stuck with me yet again. Probably for a little while, especially if he was airlifted. Tim doesn't do well with helicopters. Anyway, we all we've been to Disney World, Disneyland, the Disney parks, the Disney movies. We participate in all that stuff so much that sometimes we get a little jaded. Things aren't perfect. We get a little, we don't have those, I don't know, what would you call them, honeymoon eyes anymore for Disney. And sometimes we take it a little too far. We gotta kind of take a step back and remember why we fell in love with Disney. Unlike some of these people I'm about to talk about now. This one I have to be careful. I've got to edit this. This was on Twitter, of all places, of course, back in September. But this is a little, off the hook. This woman writes, I'm going to have to edit this really a lot. There's some language in here, so I'm going to try not to use any of the language this woman used. It makes me mad, let's just say, to no end. All capital letters. They're angry when it's all capital letters. When I see childless couples at Disney World, all capital letters again. Disney World is a family amusement park, yet these immature millennials, I don't know why they got to be millennials. What about us old folks that just want to go and see it again? Throw away their money on useless stuff. Edit it again. They have no idea the joy and happiness it is to mothers who buy their babies treats and toys. What does that have to do with anything? They will never experience the exhaustion that it is to chase a 3-year-old around and getting stares at, assuming I'm a bad mother. This woman, in some very short shorts, was buying a Mickey pretzel. And my son, I'm not going to give the kid's name, wanted one, but the line was very long, and I said later, and it broke his poor little heart, and he cried. I wanted to take that pretzel from that woman and say, thanks, you made my son cry. This is very difficult to edit this. I can't believe Twitter allowed this on. Disney World is for children, she says. People without children need to be banned. Really? Mothers with children should be allowed to skip all the lines. Some of you are agreeing with that, I know. You have no idea what it's like to have to stand in line for 3 hours with a cranky, tired, exhausted toddler. And I can't just tell him that we can't do something because it's his vacation too. I hate childless women with a burning passion. Wow. Everybody, calm down. What are we doing? That was from a woman on Twitter. Wow. Right? All right. Anyway, this is what's out there. This is what people are saying. I just feel like we need to talk about this, especially when Tim's not here, and that way I can rant without Tim telling me not to. Here's one from the Orlando Sentinel. We've all ran into this. We know. We've all been run into by this. We know. But of course, Disney has deep pockets, so here we go. Disney sued by woman who says scooter ran over her at Epcot. Now, those scooters have pretty low clearance. I don't think it ran her over. That's one. Come on. That's two. Here we go. This is from Gabrielle Russin, a reporter at the Orlando Sentinel. It says, an Orange County woman is suing Disney after she says she was run over by a motorized scooter last year at Epcot and knocked her to the ground. Deanne Glover, who filed the lawsuit Monday in Orange Circuit Court, is seeking more than $15,000 in damages. Glover, 59, and Disney annual pass holder, said she was hit from behind and didn't see the electric scooter coming. She needed surgery to pin a steel rod into her hip and could require hip replacement surgery in the future, her attorney, Trenton Swan, said. All right, yeah, you get hit. You fall down, I understand that. You injure your hip, I understand that. It's horrible that she had to have pins put in her hip. Quote, this lawsuit centers on an incident between two guests, a Disney spokeswoman said in a statement. We are committed to providing a safe environment for our cast members and guests and will respond to the allegations as appropriate in court. The lawsuit alleges that Disney was negligent because there are no designated scooter lanes to separate riders from visitors on foot, and scooter drivers don't get safety instructions. Now, as a lot of you know, a lot of the scooters are coming from somewhere else. They're not necessarily Disney scooters. They're somebody else's scooters. Quote, it was reasonably foreseeable that an individual could be run into by a scooter due to the vast amount of people on foot and on scooters in one congested area, the lawsuit said. The dangerous conditions had existed for a sufficient length of time so that Disney knew or should have known. In December, the fight over a similar lawsuit ended. A woman who sued Disney after a scooter ran into her at Disney Hollywood Studios gift shop voluntarily dismissed her lawsuit, according to court records. Scooter lanes. Who's up for scooter lanes? Anybody? I would like to know, did they sue the person that hit them with the scooter? Did they go after that person for damages? Just saying. How is it Disney's fault that a scooter ran into this poor woman? And I feel for her. I really do. Having to have surgery, especially hip surgery, not good. I feel for her. I'm not sure it's Disney's fault. And I'm really not sure that scooter lanes are for, the answer there. Where's everybody going to walk? You're going to have to redo the entire park to get that to happen. All right. And finally, this is going to be a short show. I got to try and find out where Tim's at. Here we go. This is from the last holiday season. Holiday crowds brought punches, pushes, and fights to Disney World and Universal. Again, Orlando Sentinel, Gabrielle Russin. Gabrielle she's got the Disney beat. That's got to be a good gig. We got the Disney beat. It's hard to dance to. Anyway, here's what Gabrielle says on this one. The theme parks were packed over the holidays, but the mood wasn't always so festive. Law enforcement responded to fights as tensions bubbled in the crowds in line or after the fireworks. Sometimes theme park employees became the victims after unprovoked visitors hit them or grabbed them, incident reports show. Nobody was seriously injured. Do not attack the cast members. Ever. They're just doing their job. They've been there all day dealing with, guests that are not necessarily nice, obviously. At least 2 of the complaints involved people who reportedly had mental health issues, including a 31-year-old man who had an episode at Disney World and shoved an Orange County Sheriff Corporal to the ground before he was held for observation under the state's Baker Act on New Year's Eve. Yeah, shoving a police officer, not a good call. Not a good call. Only one person appears to be arrested and charged with a crime. Savante Hopkins, 29, of Kingston, Pennsylvania, was arrested Christmas Eve after he ran at a Universal parking employee, threatened him, and spit on his cheek at the bus loop, according to an Orlando police arrest report. He also tried to fight a police officer before he was arrested. Hopkins was charged with battery, assault on a law enforcement officer, and resisting an officer without violence, all misdemeanors according to court records. A Universal spokesman declined to comment, but a Disney spokesman said, "The safety of all who work and play at our resorts is very important to us. When the occasional disruption occurs, we respond with safety and courtesy in mind and take appropriate action tailored to the individual circumstances." Spending the holidays at theme parks can be an anxious time, one expert said. Already in the holiday season, people cram in activities and feel pressured to do more, said Dr. Alan Keck, a licensed psychologist from Almonte Springs. They tend to feel an increased level of stress, which puts tempers on edge and makes people more likely to lose control, emotionally and behaviorally, he said. And then the bigger the crowds, the better the chance there will be conflicts as people's personal space disappears, Keck said. Standing in long lines, or you're in a crowd of people, it makes you feel a higher level of stress, Keck said. One of the battery complaints at Walt Disney World, a 21-year-old attraction worker cried as she told authorities what happened at Animal Kingdom on New Year's Eve. A man who reportedly had autism hit her in the face when his family's Fast Pass didn't work at an attraction, she said, according to the sheriff's incident report. The employee had offered to help the Illinois family find the Fast Passes on their phones and asked if they were having a good day when the man unexpectedly hit her, the report said. At the same day, at the Magic Kingdom, a group held hands to stay together in the crowd after the fireworks when a man tried to pass through them on the Tomorrowland Bridge, a sheriff's report said. The man elbowed and punched a 21-year-old woman in the chest and shoved a 23-year-old woman to the ground. The 2 New Jersey women told authorities. They lost sight of the man in the crowd. The sheriff's office also investigated a December 26th spat between 2 guests in the dinosaur ride. What are we doing, folks? It's the holidays. It's Christmas, for goodness sakes. A 34-year-old Texas man who left the queue to buy a pretzel and a soda attempted to make his way back into the line again to find his family, the report said. A 34-year-old Illinois woman in line refused to let him pass and said he pushed her from behind, then called her a heifer. That's not nice. He said later she blocked him. She pushed the man, who later identified himself as a police officer, twice in the chest. They both claimed to be battery victims in the report. The crowds made it difficult for authorities to follow up, find witnesses, and make arrests. There were nearly 30,000 guests inside of the theme park. I had no way of finding the people that were in line near them, the sheriff report said. So what are we doing? I understand it's everybody's holiday. It's everybody's vacation. It's everybody's time to try and get as much done. One, it's the holidays when those incidences occurred. But then you got the lady who on Twitter is ripping people who are going to Disney World that don't have kids. What are we doing? What are we doing as a society? This is a horrible rant. I understand. But come on. We need to go back to why we love going to Disney. It's not it's the feeling we get there. So when we get there and we see other people are in the crowds and there's a lot of people there, don't sit there and lose that feeling just because there's a lot of people there. Go if you can't handle that, go find, a quiet place. Go back to some of our old shows. We talk about the quiet places you can go to where you can relax, settle down, calm down. Make sure you're always nutrated and hydrated so you're not angry. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Has anybody seen Tim? Anybody know where he disappeared to? Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. I think everybody just needs to settle down. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Everybody's so angry. Stop being angry. We're all in this together. Right? So just relax. Go to the parks. Have a good time. Treat each other with respect and kindness. Don't be shoving people. Here's another thing. And I don't know. I wasn't there. But don't hold hands all the way across a bridge. And don't let other people pass. Somebody might be in a hurry. Move to the side. Keep your group together. Nothing wrong with that. But don't sit there and run a blockade. Don't do that either. I don't know who was at fault at that one. Don't walk everybody, side shoulder to shoulder at a slow pace when everybody, people are trying to get by you. And be careful if you're driving the scooters. Be careful. Not everybody else is moving at the same pace as you. You don't want to hit somebody. You don't want to injure anybody. Everybody settle down. Everybody think of your fellow man. Relax. Just relax. Yeah, that's all I got. If you don't want to relax, listen to my rants. It'll get your blood pressure up like mine's up. I'm trying to relax. Anyway, all points bulletin for Tim Scott. If anybody knows where Tim's at, you guys find him, have him report immediately to guest services. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys are having a great week. And as Tim says, you can find us all over social media. And what else should folks do? Bob, I'm doing this by myself. Make sure you go out there and share the magic, folks. And see you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote or for more information visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.